At the far edge of the known galaxy, the alien fleet moved quietly through the darkness. Stars shimmered like scattered diamonds, and the emptiness of space stretched endlessly in every direction. Commander Thalor, a tall, slender alien with pale green skin and large golden eyes, peered at the control panel before him. His crew of scientists and explorers waited with bated breath. They had been sent to investigate a strange signal that no one had been able to trace before. "This signal," Thalor said, his voice calm but curious, "is not like anything we have encountered. It comes from a world beyond our maps. Its energy signature is unusual." His second-in-command, Lieutenant Sira, leaned over his shoulder. "Unusual? Do you mean dangerous?" "Not dangerous, different. There is intelligence here. Something alive. Something we did not expect." For years, the galaxy had believed that the outer edges were empty, a void too harsh for life to exist. Only faint rumors of human colonies had circulated in hushed whispers, and most aliens dismissed them as myths. But this signal was real, and it could not be ignored. As the fleet approached the source, a small blue and green planet came into view. It orbited a star barely larger than a candle flame in the darkness. Clouds swirled above vast oceans, and mountains rose like jagged teeth from the surface. There were cities glimmering faintly with lights that pulsed like heartbeat signals. Somehow life had not only survived here, it had thrived. Thalor adjusted the sensors. "Scan for civilizations. Show me what kind of intelligence lives here." The readings returned immediately. The aliens were stunned. The planet was full of structures, energy grids, and machines far beyond the expected development of a hidden civilization. The humans here had built technology that was extraordinary. "This cannot be," whispered Sira. "They are still primitive in many ways. Yet their energy grids, this technology is centuries ahead of anything we know." "They are humans," Thalor said quietly. "I cannot explain it yet, but I recognize the pattern. They are humans." The words hung in the air. Humans. The species that had been thought weak, fragile, and limited to their home system. And yet here they were, at the edge of the galaxy, surviving and thriving in a place most species would never dare to settle. "Prepare a landing team," Thalor ordered. "We will go down. We must see this for ourselves." Hours later, a small shuttle broke away from the main fleet. Its sleek surface reflected the blue-green planet below. Inside, Thalor, Sira, and 3 other officers braced themselves as the shuttle descended through thick clouds. Lightning flashed across the sky, but the humans below seemed unfazed. They moved about with purpose, tending to machines, walking along pathways that glowed softly under their feet, and using devices that hummed with energy. The landing site was a plateau overlooking a river that sparkled under the sun. The humans here were tall and short, thin and strong, with skin tones ranging across shades that made the aliens' eyes widen. They wore simple clothing but carried tools and devices that looked almost magical. As the shuttle touched down, a young human man approached. His expression was calm but wary. He had dark hair, sharp eyes, and a quiet confidence that made the aliens pause. "I am Elias," he said. "You are not from here." "Why have you come?" Thalor stepped forward. "We are explorers. We follow a signal we did not expect. We mean no harm. We seek to understand." Elias studied them carefully. "Few come here," he said. "Even fewer survive the journey. You are far from home. What do you seek?" "Intelligence, knowledge, understanding," Thalor said. "And perhaps answers. Your technology, your survival, it is remarkable." Elias smiled faintly. "Remarkable, perhaps. Or perhaps it is only what is necessary to survive. You will see. Come and I will show you our world." They followed Elias into the human city. It was unlike anything the aliens had imagined. Buildings rose naturally from the terrain, shaped as if they belonged to the mountains themselves. Energy flowed through streets in a way that felt alive, powering lights, machines, and even transportation. Humans moved effortlessly through the city, communicating with devices that responded instantly. One human woman approached, carrying a small mechanical device in her hands. "These visitors are explorers," Elias said. "Do not be alarmed." The woman raised her eyes to the aliens. "Explorers? We do not get many visitors." She smiled softly. "I am Mara. I study energy flows here. If you wish, I can show you how we make our city work." The aliens nodded, fascinated. Mara led them through tunnels of light, showing them devices that converted solar energy into clean power, tools that purified water instantly, and transport systems that seemed to float over the ground without friction. Every step revealed new wonders. "It is astonishing," Sira whispered. "They have mastered energy, life, even the environment itself. Yet they live simply, without conquest or war." Elias heard her words. "We value survival and knowledge," he said. "The galaxy is vast and dangerous. We learned long ago that strength alone is not enough. You need wisdom to last." Thaler observed everything silently. The humans' ingenuity was undeniable. Their unity, discipline, and creativity were unlike anything he had ever seen in the galaxy. Here, at the edge of the universe, they had built a civilization that could survive storms, disasters, and even isolation. As night fell, the city glowed softly under the stars. The aliens set up temporary quarters and Thaler gazed at the sky. "This world, these humans, they hold secrets," he said quietly. "Secrets that could change everything we know about the galaxy." Elias joined him. "Perhaps," he said, "but some secrets are not meant to be revealed. They are a responsibility. The galaxy is full of those who seek power without wisdom. We guard what we must for the sake of everyone." Thaler nodded. He sensed a challenge ahead. Humans were more than they appeared. They were clever, resourceful, and fearless. But the galaxy would not be kind to such power if it was discovered too soon. Already Thaler wondered how other civilizations would react if they learned of humans' existence. That night, in the quiet of the human city, the aliens could not sleep. They thought of what they had seen, the secrets that glimmered behind the humans' simple lives and the power that could shake stars apart. Humanity at the galaxy's edge was no myth. They were real, they were extraordinary, and the universe had no idea what was coming. By dawn, the first rays of the star lit the human city, revealing towers of light and rivers that shone like liquid crystal. Thaler and his crew watched from a hilltop. Humans were already moving, working, living. Every action showed intelligence, courage, and a determination that inspired awe. Sira spoke softly. "Commander, what do we do now?" Thaler looked at the horizon. "We observe, we learn, and we hope we are ready for what comes next. Because these humans, they are unlike any species we have ever met, and the galaxy will notice them soon enough." Above them, the stars shimmered as if in anticipation. Humanity had been discovered, and the first ripple of change had begun at the very edge of the galaxy. The morning sun bathed the human city in soft gold light, reflecting off the crystalline towers and glowing rivers. The alien visitors, Thaler, Sira, and their team, stood on a high ridge overlooking the city, watching humans go about their daily routines. People moved with purpose, working, studying, and caring for one another. There was no chaos, no signs of violence, only a quiet, efficient order that the aliens could not fully understand. Elias, the young human guide, approached the aliens. "You have seen enough from here," he said. "If you wish, I can show you closer." Thaler nodded. "We want to understand your people, but we mean no harm. We are explorers, observers." Elias smiled faintly. "Very well, but be careful. Some humans are cautious of outsiders. We value trust, not curiosity without respect." As they entered the city, the aliens noticed the blend of simplicity and sophistication. Humans used tools and devices that seemed ordinary but carried complex technology within. Children played with floating energy orbs that moved according to thought, while adults managed machinery that could purify water, regulate climate, and even detect incoming storms. Every movement reflected intelligence and care. A small crowd gathered as the aliens walked. Humans had seen few outsiders in generations, yet they did not panic. Curiosity and caution mixed on their faces. Mara, the energy specialist, approached once again. "These are visitors from afar," she said calmly. "They seek to learn. Let them see what we have built, but remember, our world is not theirs." Thaler bowed slightly in respect. "We only wish to observe and understand. Your achievements are remarkable." Mara's eyes sparkled with interest. "Remarkable, perhaps. Or perhaps we simply survive. The galaxy is dangerous. Intelligence without survival is useless." The aliens followed Mara through a network of tunnels and pathways. Along the way, she demonstrated the humans' energy systems. Lights powered by sunlight moved through the city in invisible currents. Machines converted waste into clean energy, and transportation glided above the ground without touching it. Even the simplest devices like handheld scanners could analyze complex chemical and biological systems in seconds. Sira watched closely, her eyes wide with amazement. They understand energy better than any civilization I have known. They manipulate it like it is alive, Elias overheard her. Energy is only part of it, he said. Knowledge, observation, and careful planning are what keep us alive. Power alone is dangerous. Wisdom is more important. The aliens paused as a human engineer, a man named Joran, demonstrated a device that drew energy from the planet's core. The core's heat powered the entire city, yet it remained completely safe. Energy flowed through thin conduits, lighting homes, powering machines, and creating protective shields around sensitive areas. This is incredible, Thalor murmured. They have harnessed planetary energy, yet they live simply. No empire, no armies, just survival and innovation. Elias smiled. We do not seek to dominate. Survival is enough. The galaxy has enough conflict already. Our technology is meant to protect, not conquer. The aliens were led to a central plaza where humans gathered for daily meetings. Here, ideas were shared, problems were solved, and decisions were made collectively. Thalor observed a human council in session. The council members discussed weather control, agricultural expansion, and resource allocation. Each decision was thoughtful and deliberate. There was no one leader controlling everything. Instead, every voice mattered. Sira whispered, "Their society is so different. They are advanced yet peaceful. They could have conquered the stars long ago, but they chose balance instead." A sudden movement caught the aliens' attention. A young girl approached a malfunctioning energy device. Without hesitation, she reached inside and adjusted tiny conduits. The machine hummed, then stabilized. The aliens watched in awe. Humans, even children, understood complex systems intuitively. Elias explained, "Every human here learns from experience. Observation is as important as instruction. We all contribute, and no one is too young or too old to make a difference." The aliens continued through the city until they reached a research hub. Inside, scientists worked on advanced projects. Faster-than-light communication systems, planetary shields, and devices that could alter weather patterns to prevent natural disasters. Every invention reflected creativity, logic, and caution. Mara turned to the aliens. "We do not hide our work, but we also protect it. Knowledge is a responsibility. Misused, it could destroy worlds." Thalor nodded thoughtfully. "We understand. The galaxy has many who would seek power without wisdom. Your caution is wise." Elias led them to a high balcony overlooking the entire city. "You see this," he said. "Every building, every machine, every system, you may think it is power. But it is survival. Intelligence is only useful when combined with care and respect for life. That is what makes humans strong." Thalor studied the humans below. Their confidence, courage, and ingenuity were undeniable. Yet there was something deeper, a sense of unity and purpose that bound them together. The aliens realized that this strength could not be measured by weapons or fleets. It was in the people themselves. Suddenly, an alarm sounded in the distance. A natural storm approached the city faster than expected. Mara gestured for the aliens to follow her to a control station. Within moments, humans coordinated their defenses. Energy shields rose, water flow adjusted, and protective barriers formed around critical areas. The storm hit with tremendous force, yet the city remained safe. Sira turned to Thalor, her voice full of awe. "Even nature cannot defeat them. They prepare, adapt, and overcome. They do not fight blindly. They think, they plan, and they act." Thalor remained silent, his mind racing. Humans were not just survivors. They were masters of their environment, capable of facing challenges that would destroy most civilizations. If other species discovered them, the galaxy would change forever. When the storm passed, Elias led the aliens back to their quarters. "You have seen our world," he said quietly. "But remember this, humans are cautious, not naive. We welcome knowledge and respect. But those who seek only to take or to harm will find themselves unprepared." Thalor bowed. "We will remember. Your people are extraordinary, and we must report carefully what we have learned." That night, the aliens gathered under the stars. The human city glowed softly below them, a testament to ingenuity, courage, and harmony. Thalor looked at the sky and whispered, "The galaxy will not understand them for a long time, but one day humans will no longer be hidden. And when that day comes, everything will change." Sira placed a hand on his shoulder. "Are we ready for that change?" Thalor shook his head slowly. "No, but we will observe. We will learn. And we will hope that the galaxy can handle the consequences." Above them, the stars shimmered, unaware of the incredible civilization below. Humanity had been found. Their secrets had been glimpsed, and the first ripple of change had begun to spread across the edges of the galaxy. The day after the storm, the alien visitors awoke with a sense of awe and curiosity that had not faded. The humans had survived not only the challenges of nature, but also the isolation of the galaxy's edge. Thaler and Sira knew that there was more to this civilization than met the eye. Elias met them early in the morning. "You wish to learn more," he said simply. "Very well. But I must warn you, some of what you will see is not meant for the unprepared." Thaler inclined his head. "We understand. We come with respect. We only wish to observe." Elias led them to a hidden chamber beneath the city, a place humans called the Knowledge Vault. The entrance was disguised, appearing to be just another building, but inside, it opened into a vast network of rooms filled with glowing screens, floating devices, and energy flows that seemed almost alive. The walls pulsed faintly as if the planet itself was participating in the work. "This is our most secret place," Elias explained. "Here we study energy, matter, and the forces that govern our world. Some of our knowledge goes beyond what you might consider possible." The aliens moved carefully through the chamber. Every device, every panel hummed with power. Mara appeared beside them. "We have learned to harness energy at a planetary scale. We convert natural forces into usable power, but always with care. A mistake could be catastrophic." Sira reached out to touch a floating orb of energy. The moment her hand neared it, the orb shimmered and adjusted its flow, avoiding contact. "It responds to thought," she whispered. "It's way intelligent," Mara smiled. "Not intelligent as you think. It obeys intention and focus. We train from a young age to understand energy, to work with it instead of against it. This is why our technology works safely, even at scales that would destroy other civilizations." Thaler studied the displays carefully. Charts showed energy networks spanning entire continents, shields protecting cities, and systems capable of detecting environmental changes decades in advance. Humans had achieved mastery over forces that many advanced civilizations had only dreamed of. Elias led them to a large chamber in the center. Here, a device thrummed quietly, drawing energy from beneath the planet. "This is the heart of the world," he said. "It is a source of power and knowledge. We monitor and control it carefully. It could supply energy to an entire star system, but only if we choose to share it." Sira's eyes widened. "You control energy at a planetary level, but why hide it?" Elias's face grew serious. "Because knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. Many civilizations would use this to dominate, to destroy. We guard our secrets to protect not only ourselves but the galaxy. Power must be guided by responsibility." Thaler nodded thoughtfully. "You are not only advanced, you are wise. Most civilizations would have used this to conquer or expand. You choose caution," Mara added. "We learned from history. Every species has faced its own choices. Many failed. We succeed because we respect life, not because we dominate it. That is our true strength." The aliens continued to explore. They saw machines that could manipulate weather on a global scale, shields that could protect entire cities from natural disasters, and devices capable of purifying water, air, and even soil almost instantly. Humans had created a civilization that balanced technology, environment, and society with remarkable precision. Then, Elias showed them something even more astonishing: a faster-than-light communication system. Messages could travel across the galaxy in seconds, far beyond the limits of conventional physics. Yet the humans used it only sparingly, communicating with select outposts and allies. Thaler's mind raced. If other species knew this existed, he began but stopped, understanding the implication. Humanity's secrecy was deliberate. They were aware of the galaxy's dangers and chose restraint. Mara led them to a final chamber. It was filled with holographic maps showing stars, planets, and routes between them. Humans had mapped not only their own system but others far beyond their reach. Some of these places had been visited, others observed remotely. Every discovery was catalogued with care, every observation tested and verified. "These are our eyes beyond our world," Mara said. "We watch, we learn, and we prepare. But we never intervene unless absolutely necessary. Our role is observation, understanding, and protection." Sira could not hide her admiration. "You are beyond anything we imagined. You survive, thrive, and yet you do not seek conquest. You lead through example, not force." Elias nodded. "Exactly. The galaxy is full of civilizations, many powerful, many dangerous. We must be prepared. But preparation is not the same as aggression. Knowledge is our shield and wisdom our weapon. Thaler turned to Sira, whispering, "Their power is unimaginable, but it is their restraint that is most impressive. They could change the galaxy, but they choose to wait." Elias continued to speak, showing the aliens human training and education methods. Every citizen learned from a young age how to control energy, understand science, and make decisions with long-term consequences in mind. Knowledge and responsibility were inseparable. "You are stronger than most civilizations think," Elias said. "But strength alone is meaningless. You must understand it, respect it, and use it wisely. That is why we hide some of our secrets. The galaxy is not ready for us." Yet Thaler and Sira listened carefully. Each revelation made them realize how extraordinary humans truly were. Their technology, their society, and their wisdom were unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Suddenly, an alert sounded. A distant probe had detected movement near the edge of the planet's atmosphere. Mara and Elias quickly responded, showing the aliens how they could monitor and defend against threats. Shields were adjusted, sensors activated, and the situation was resolved without any damage. The aliens watched in awe as humans acted with precision, speed, and intelligence. Thaler spoke quietly to Sira. "They anticipate danger before it reaches them. Their preparation is not just technology. It is instinct, discipline, and foresight. They are a force of nature, and yet they do not need to dominate." Elias turned to the aliens once again.
"You have seen our secrets.
But remember, knowledge is responsibility. The galaxy is not ready to see humans as we truly are. You must understand that if this knowledge spreads, it could change everything. Some may admire us, and others may seek to take what is not theirs." Sira nodded slowly. "We understand. We will respect your world." Thaler looked at the humans surrounding him, their calm determination, their intelligence, and their unity. "Your civilization is extraordinary, and the galaxy has no idea that you exist. Yet one day, they will notice. And when that happens, everything may change." Elias's gaze was steady. "Let them notice only when the time is right. Until then, we survive, we grow, and we protect our world. That is our way." As night fell, the aliens left the knowledge vault. They looked back at the city, glowing softly under the stars. Humans moved through their streets with quiet confidence, aware of their power but not consumed by it. Thaler realized that the galaxy was about to encounter a species unlike any other, one that combined intelligence, courage, and wisdom in a way that could reshape entire civilizations. Sira asked, "Commander, how do we report this? How do we explain what we have seen?" Thaler shook his head. "We report carefully. We tell of a civilization at the galaxy's edge, thriving, peaceful, and wise, but we do not reveal their full strength. Not yet. The galaxy is not ready for humans. If it knew everything, it could lead to war, chaos, and fear. Humans' secrets are powerful, but they are also fragile in the wrong hands." The stars above twinkled silently. Humanity's presence at the edge of the galaxy was no longer a secret to the aliens, but the humans themselves remained a mystery, powerful and restrained, ready for a future that could change the course of the stars. The first ripple of awareness had begun, and the aliens knew that once humanity's secrets were truly revealed, the galaxy would never be the same. The discovery of humans at the edge of the galaxy sent ripples through alien networks faster than anyone expected. Rumors of their power, intelligence, and advanced technology spread quietly at first, whispered in scientific forums and military councils alike. Some alien civilizations were curious. Others, however, grew uneasy. How could a single hidden civilization hold such power without the galaxy noticing for centuries? In one distant empire, high above a crimson planet, a council convened. Emperor Varkon, a massive figure with black reflective scales and glowing eyes, leaned forward. "Reports of a human civilization at the galaxy's edge. Do we know this for certain?" His advisor, a smaller, nimble alien named Cairo, nodded. "Our scouts intercepted energy readings. Their technology rivals even surpasses many advanced worlds. They can manipulate planetary energy, control environments, and move faster than light. If they were hostile, we would not survive." Varkon's claws tightened around the council table. "Then we cannot allow them to grow unchecked. Their secrets must be ours or destroyed. We cannot risk a civilization with such power existing outside our influence." Meanwhile, on the human planet, Thaler and Sira watched the night sky from a ridge outside the city. The humans had invited them to observe defensive systems and emergency protocols, showing how they prepared for threats, natural or otherwise. Elias approached. "You have seen our strengths, but you have not seen how we protect ourselves," he said. "Some civilizations may not welcome our existence. They may seek to take what is not theirs. We must always be ready," Thalor nodded. "We understand. We have observed enough to know your caution is necessary. But can your world truly defend against entire fleets?" Elias smiled faintly. "Perhaps, but not by force alone. Strategy, preparation, and ingenuity are as powerful as weapons. Our world survives because we think ahead, and because we adapt faster than any invader can." Days later, alien scouts arrived at the outskirts of human space. Small fleets hovered unseen, observing the planet's defenses and testing sensors. The humans detected them immediately, but instead of reacting with panic, they began a series of simulations and exercises. Humans moved through their city and planet with precision, preparing for every possible scenario. Joren, the engineer, explained to Thalor, "We predict patterns, analyze risks, and respond. Our technology is only part of our defense. The greatest defense is the human mind. Even a small group can outthink a much larger force." The first confrontation came quietly. A small alien probe attempted to breach the energy shields around the human cities. Within seconds, humans detected it, traced its source, and redirected it harmlessly into orbit. The aliens controlling the probe realized immediately that humans were not unprepared. Elias observed the response with calm confidence. "They underestimate us," he said softly. "But we will always be ready. Strength is only valuable when paired with foresight." Thalor and Sira were amazed. Humans had no large fleet stationed above their cities, no massive armies at the ready, yet they could anticipate and neutralize threats with astonishing accuracy. Every defense was automated, yet every human understood how it worked, able to adjust strategies instantly if needed. Sira whispered to Thalor, "They are brilliant. They do not need massive weapons. They think faster, adapt faster, and plan deeper than any fleet I have seen." But not all aliens were content to observe. Word of the humans' capabilities reached ambitious and jealous empires. They began plotting, sending fleets under false flags, and even negotiating with less cautious alien groups to find ways to claim the humans' secrets. One fleet commander, a cold strategist named Zath, decided that caution would not serve his people. "We cannot wait," he said to his officers. "Humans hold power beyond comprehension. If we act now, we may control it. If we wait, we risk being too late. Prepare for an attack." Back on the human planet, Elias and Mara briefed the city's leaders. "We know they are watching," Elias said. "Some will attempt to strike. They believe our secrets can be taken by force. They are wrong. They have not yet understood what humans can do." The humans prepared, not with panic but with precision. Energy shields were reinforced, planetary sensors were enhanced, and defensive protocols were simulated repeatedly. Every citizen knew their role, every leader their responsibility. Then came the first real strike. A fleet of unknown ships appeared at the edge of the atmosphere, cloaked in dark energy. They approached silently, intending to disable defenses before humans could react. But humans had anticipated this possibility. Joren guided Thalor and Sira to a control hub. "Watch closely," he said. Within moments, shields rose like walls of light. Energy currents redirected and defensive drones took positions in orbit. The alien ships fired, but their attacks were deflected, neutralized or absorbed harmlessly. Humans did not panic. They observed, calculated, and adapted in real time. Elias addressed the alien invaders through a communication channel. "You came to take what is not yours. You underestimated us. You have only tested the limits of your own ignorance. Leave and you may survive. Stay and you will learn the cost of misjudging humans," the alien commander sneered. "We will see if you can defend yourselves, human." But they did not see immediately. Humans moved not only with their technology, but with clever strategy. Orbital drones coordinated in patterns that confused enemy targeting systems. Energy pulses disrupted ship sensors. Defenses adapted faster than the alien fleet could respond. Within hours, the attackers suffered massive losses. Some ships were forced to retreat, while others were immobilized and left drifting in space. Sira watched in disbelief. Even a small fleet can be defeated by strategy, intelligence, and coordination. "They are unstoppable when united." Thalor nodded. "This is only the beginning. If word spreads, every empire will know humans exist, and they will fear them." Elias turned to the alien observers. You have seen how we defend ourselves. Our strength is not just technology. It is thinking, planning, and unity. If the galaxy wishes to challenge us, they will face far more than machines. They will face humanity itself. As night fell over the human cities, the streets glowed softly, filled with calm, determined citizens. The invaders had learned a lesson. Humans were not weak. They were not vulnerable. And their secrets, their knowledge, and their power were not things to be taken lightly. Thalor and Sira stood silently, realizing the truth. Humanity had survived not only harsh worlds but the endless dangers of isolation. They had prepared for threats unseen, mastered technology far beyond their years, and proven that intelligence and unity could overcome even the most formidable enemies. The galaxy, the alien observers knew, would never be the same, and for the first time, they understood the weight of what had been discovered at the edge of the stars. Humans were no longer hidden. Their presence, their secrets, and their power would soon break the balance of the galaxy. After the failed attack, word of humanity's power spread quickly across the galaxy. Some civilizations were frightened, believing humans could upset the balance of power. Others were curious, intrigued by the stories of a civilization that combined intelligence, ingenuity, and courage in ways they had never seen before. High above a sapphire planet, an alien council gathered. Ambassador Lyra, a tall, graceful figure with shimmering silver skin, addressed her peers. The humans at the galaxy's edge are unlike any species we have encountered. Their technology is advanced, but what is more remarkable is their unity, their foresight, and their restraint. We must decide, do we ally with them or do we oppose them? Her words sparked debate. Some council members were wary. We cannot trust a species we know so little about, argued a stern voice. They could be a threat, and if we align with them, we risk angering other empires. Others, however, saw opportunity. They survive, thrive, and overcome challenges the galaxy cannot even imagine, said another. If we form alliances, we can learn, share knowledge, and grow stronger. Ignoring them is dangerous. Fear will not protect us. Meanwhile, on the human planet, Elias, Mara, and the leaders of the city discussed the situation. Other civilizations will respond, Elias said. Some may try to threaten us. Some may offer friendship. We must be ready for both, Mara nodded. We do not seek war, but we cannot ignore opportunities for alliances. Allies will help us survive and prosper, and enemies will test our strength. We must act wisely, Thalor and Sira observed quietly. Humans were considering diplomacy as carefully as they managed technology and defense. Every decision was deliberate, every move calculated with thought for the long-term consequences. Soon, emissaries from several civilizations arrived. They came in small fleets, cautious but curious. The humans greeted them, not with hostility, but with careful observation and structured protocols. Every alien visitor was allowed to see only what the humans chose to reveal. Their secrets remained protected, yet their openness inspired trust. Elias addressed the visiting leaders. You have heard of our capabilities. You have seen what we can do. Some of you may be tempted to take what is not offered. We hope you will understand that cooperation, not conquest, is the path to success. Knowledge is shared, but it cannot be forced. The emissaries were impressed. Even the most skeptical among them could see the wisdom and restraint of humans. For the first time, they realized that strength was not measured in weapons or fleets, but in intelligence, foresight, and unity. One ambassador named Kyle spoke quietly to Thalor. These humans, they are remarkable. I have seen many civilizations, but none like this. Their power is immense, yet they are not arrogant. They lead by example, not fear. However, not all visitors came with good intentions. In the shadows, rival factions plotted. Some civilizations, jealous of the humans' abilities, began secret negotiations, seeking to undermine alliances or steal knowledge. They watched carefully, waiting for mistakes, hoping for opportunity. Elias was aware of the whispers. Some see our existence as a threat, he told Mara. Others see opportunity. We cannot ignore either. We must prepare for deception as well as friendship. Mara added, trust must be earned even among allies, and even then vigilance is necessary. The galaxy is full of ambition and greed. We must be smarter than them, faster than them, and united among ourselves. The first joint project began with a small group of allied civilizations. Humans shared limited knowledge, enough to inspire collaboration but not enough to reveal their deepest secrets. Together, they worked on interstellar communication systems, resource management, and environmental protection. Humans guided the project with careful wisdom, ensuring that allies learned without becoming dependent or overpowered. Thaler watched as humans negotiated with their allies. "They are teaching not only knowledge but responsibility," he said to Sira. "They could dominate easily, but they choose to guide instead. That is true power." Even as alliances formed, rivalries simmered. Some empires, unwilling to cooperate, continued to plan secretly. They watched the growing influence of humans and their allies with jealousy, fear, and envy. Small conflicts erupted in remote regions, testing the coordination of human-led alliances. When a minor skirmish broke out near a distant star system, humans responded with strategy rather than brute force. They sent small, precise teams to mediate disputes using diplomacy, intelligence, and careful planning to prevent escalation. Alien leaders were astounded. A civilization capable of defending itself could also prevent war without firing a single weapon. Elias explained to Thalor, "Power alone can destroy. Wisdom can prevent destruction. That is what humans bring to the galaxy. Even in conflict, we seek resolution, not dominance." Sira could not hide her admiration. "They are not only brilliant and brave, they are patient, strategic, and fair. They are teaching the galaxy how to survive without violence." Humans also trained their allies, sharing techniques for resource management, environmental protection, and energy control. The lessons were subtle yet transformative. Aliens who had once relied solely on force began to see that intelligence, planning, and unity were just as powerful, sometimes more so. However, Elias knew the challenges were not over. Some civilizations would never accept humans as equals. Some would plot, scheme, and attempt to exploit weaknesses. The humans had survived alone for centuries, and now they were learning to survive amid both allies and enemies. "Every civilization has ambition," Elias told Mara one evening. "We cannot stop them from thinking, but we can guide, influence, and protect. That is our duty. If we fail, our world and the galaxy will pay the price." Mara nodded. "And we will not fail. Humans have always survived because we adapt, learn, and act together. Now the galaxy sees us, and we must act wisely as we always have." Thaler and Sira realized that the humans' greatest strength was not technology alone, but their ability to inspire, lead, and unite. Where other civilizations relied on fleets or weapons, humans relied on wisdom, strategy, and courage. The ripple of their influence was already spreading. As night fell over the human cities, lights glimmered softly along streets and towers. The alien emissaries who had stayed were astonished. They had witnessed not only technology beyond imagination, but also diplomacy, careful planning, and moral guidance. Humans were no longer hidden survivors. They were leaders shaping a new path for the galaxy. Even amid rising tensions, rivalries, and jealousy, the humans' example inspired hope. Some alien civilizations began to reconsider old habits of conquest and greed. Others plotted in secret, unwilling to accept a new era where intelligence and wisdom held more weight than brute force. Thaler whispered to Sira as they watched from a hilltop, "The galaxy will never be the same. Humans are more than a civilization. They are a force that can change hearts, minds, and entire worlds." Sira nodded slowly. "And yet some will resist. Some will fear. But humans, they are ready." Elias looked out over the city, his expression calm but determined. "The galaxy has begun to notice us. Some will seek friendship, others will seek to challenge us. But we will survive as we always have. We will guide where we can, protect where we must, and adapt to every challenge. That is the way of humanity." Above them, the stars shone brightly. Humanity had not only survived the edge of the galaxy, they were shaping the future of countless civilizations. Allies would rise, rivals would scheme, but through courage, intelligence, and unity, humans had become a force that no one could ignore. The galaxy had entered a new era, and humanity stood at the center, calm, prepared, and ready to lead by example.